Hello, Torah community. It's Rav Natan here to share with you some words of Torah for this week's Parsha Beha'alotcha. And I just want to say that we're going to be sending emails, hopefully this summer, with Parsha materials and this for Torah for you to learn and engage your kids in the Parsha. I know that school's over, but Torah learning never ends, and certainly the Parsha never stops. And these Parshas are very exciting, very meaningful, not always positive, but very exciting, meaningful, and great stories. And we encourage you to learn them with your children over the summer. I want to share an idea from Parsha Beha'alotcha, which is right in the middle of all the stories in Beha'alotcha. There is a pasuk. Vayibin Sara Aaron to Moshe, Kum Hashem vayfutz vayvecha vaynusim mipanecha. When the Aaron would travel, Moshe would say that all the enemies should be scattered in front of the Aaron. And we see this every time we take the Torah in Shul. This is an interesting thing in the Sefer Torah, because if you look at the Sefer Torah, on either side of this pasuk is inverted nuns. Weird. Nowhere else in the whole Torah do we have that kind of a thing with these inverted nuns, kind of parentheses blocking out this pasuk. What's it doing there? So there's many explanations. One which I saw, which I want to share with you, is that before this, Moshe says to Yitro, we're about to go to Israel, and we're going to live in Israel. We're only a 3 days journey away. You want to join us, or are you going to stay here? Now Yitro decides to leave. But actually, that's kind of a debate within the Mefarshim if he decides to come or go. But the point is that Moshe says to Yitro, we're going to be there. And you can see that there's an excitement. They're about to be there 3 days away. Bnei Yisrael's about to be in Eretz Yisrael. Can you imagine how the Midbar and Jewish history would have changed? It's the first thing that the Jews did right after Mitzrayim was go straight into Israel. Wow, the optimism is palpable. And then immediately after that is the people complain. People complain about the food. Then there's the Lashon Hara. Then there's Korach, then there's the Meraglim, and pretty soon, Bnei Yisrael is not going into Eretz Yisrael. The younger generation gets to go. All the adults and the 20 through 60-year-olds are not allowed to go in. Look how excited they were. Look how optimistic they were. Look how exciting, how amazing it was going to be. And yet, look what ended up being. And these nuns are there to show us that there's a break. There's a moment from what was and what ended up being. But even as far as Bnei Yisrael fell, and as challenging it was, still there's a nun. Why a nun? A nun has many words that start with nun. One word is the shorish nes, which means a banner or a miracle. It could also be the shorish of the word nisayon, which is a test. The word banner and test are very related, because if you think about it for a moment, whenever we have a challenge, something we have to overcome, a nisayon, when we're at the end of it, after it, it ends up becoming a banner. Something we can hold high and say, I grew from this. This helped me become a better person. This helped me appreciate something else. This helped me be stronger in some area. This helped me grow as a human being, go maybe closer to Hashem, to my family, maybe appreciate things more as a person. Whatever it is, things that are nisayons, that are challenges, maybe tests, can oftentimes end up being a nes, a banner that we hold high and we say, look at how we grew and what we gained from this. And I think that's what the Torah is communicating by putting this in the middle. But all of us in our own ways are like mini Aarons. We go through life, we go from this thing to that thing, this challenge to that challenge. And sometimes as we wander, just like the Aaron did in the Midbar, we have challenges, we have big challenges. We are good and things are great and maybe we're in a good place, and then we fall and things aren't good. But even as that fall happens, even as that transition happens, even when the thing that happens that's the biggest nisayon, the challenge, the thing that's not great, it becomes a nes. It can become a banner that we hold high. And that's why we separate this out, to show that even when we go from great to not so great, even when we have those challenges like Bnei Yisrael, still there can be a nes. Even though sometimes it's upside down, it's still a nun. It can be a nun and it can be a banner for us. And my bracha to you individually and us as Am Yisrael, so even when we encounter these hard things, may they be either soon or in the future nes for us, a banner for us that we can hold high and say, we grew. And Hashem brought us closer to Him, towards redemption, or towards something ultimately positive. Shabbat Shalom.